Hello and welcome.
Okay, welcome back to the show. It's been a while because it's been a crazy, busy summer, but not as busy as our return guest, Lacey Hill. She's been just crazy busy for the past year and for the past couple years. So maybe, let's catch up. Like the last time you were here was like a year ago, and you were getting ready to embark on all these sort of things, and you were getting ready to record, and now you've done some things and you've done some recording. And you have a new record coming out.
Yes, October 9th.
Okay. Maybe let's start 9th. There. What's the record called and what's it about?
528 Volume 3, The Moon. It's coming out October 9th. I'm really excited about this album. And, you've heard it.
Yes.
It's not out yet, but I asked certain individuals in the community throughout Canada to kind of give it a review and to listen to it and give some feedback and all that good stuff to get people excited and build some momentum within the album. And I just really can't wait to share it. Honestly, I've been working really hard with getting it all together, and I'm pretty proud of it. So
great. And how long did it take you to write and record the songs? Does it take you a long time to? Some artists say it takes them like a year to write the songs, and then when they go in the studio, they record it all in a week. And sometimes it's the opposite. They write the songs in a week, but it takes them a year to record the record.
For me, it's the editing that takes forever. Listening to it over and over and over again. I can do better. I can do, what I mean? Right. So it's like, I go through that big time to the point where I'm like, oh my God, throw it out. I quit. Okay. You know what I mean? Like that whole process. But when it comes to like writing a song, like I could be writing a song for years, but I could be like, It's You Babe off the last album. I wrote that in 15 minutes in the morning. Like it was just I just woke up and it was there. Right. So there's songs that are just like that. So it all depends, I guess, on the relationship, on what's going on, and the heart and mind cohesion and what you're going through at that point, right? Because for me, when I write, it's about my experiences and what I've been going through, and trying to communicate that in a way that might help somebody else that might be feeling the same, Right. So it's about a deeper conversation, this album. Okay. Within a greater, larger vibration, I guess you could say. So 528 is the vibration of love. Right. And I love frequencies and I love love. So it's I just really try to do things out of that perspective. Right. And like where I'm from, which is Six Nations, we have this thing called a good heart and good mind. And sometimes that's not always easy, In fact, it's really, really hard to try and find the good in all the things. Right. And we all know that there's awful things. Mm-hmm. And so it's about, feeling those things. Yeah, I'm human. But how long am I going to stay in those emotions? That's and how long am I going to vibrate at that frequency? That's right. And how much of that vibration is helping me to get to where I want to be in the future? You know what I mean? Instead of being victimized to our past. Mm-hmm. So we talk about generational healing, and this is like, we talk about generational trauma, but I would like to talk about the healing part of that and what that might sound like and what that might feel like. So this album I'm super excited about because it's like it's the exact that. It's like kind of like questioning yourself of who you are and what you do with your energy and what that is broken down into. So it's a deep conversation.
It is. And it's especially in, I think, current times, I think it's more important than ever because it seems like whether it's politics or whatever your issue is or whatever team you're on, we're very polarized, it seems. And it seems like there is no communication or civil discourse anymore between people. And maybe, maybe your album can help with, we have to learn to kind of understand in order to love each other. And we don't always, I think, see eye to eye. I think the entire human race will always have some sort of challenges or issues, right? But the first way is trying to, I think, learn that we're all have common things or some common things that we're all interested in, and one of them being love, hopefully, right?
Yeah, and I think in order to help each other, we have to feel that within ourselves first.
Right, that's right.
So it's like, it's that conversation within yourself, like those deeper morals and where that comes from, and integrity, and knowing that, you know, you need to choose better. Right. You know, having that different kind of consciousness of thinking about other people before you think of yourself. Right. You know, and finding that balance if you're the other way around, and if you care too much about other people and not about yourself.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's the same kind of concept, but it's about how we're going to balance that energy. Because when we have this recognition within ourselves and the relationship is stronger within ourselves, we're then able to help other people. And so this is the conversations that I've had with myself and other people, and just the feeling of these is meaningful. And so when it sticks with people, it tends to change them because they think differently, because they have new knowledge about something within themselves that's like, you know, people get triggered. It's the opposite of that. Okay. It's that aha moment. You know, when people are triggered, oh, I know that's not right. That makes me feel this way. Right. Well, it's the opposite of that. It's like, oh my goodness, I feel that in such a profound way that, like, I have to do something about it. Right. Or it makes me feel like this. Right. So this is how I'm going to act. Okay. You know what I mean? Right. So people, like a light bulb goes off in their head. Yeah. Right. Okay. I see. Right. And sometimes you can't go backwards when you find this information, or you click the two together and it makes total sense to you. Right. And you can't go back. So then you have to go a little bit deeper, because it's like, well, this is so intriguing. Like, as if I acted like that in the past, or it makes you really think about your own behaviors and and how you're treating yourself, and then essentially how you're treating the people in your community. That's right. And then it's like, well, what kind of effect are you having? That's right. On them. That's right. So is it a good one or a bad one? So then, there's a song on there called "The Conduit." Oh. And that's that conversation in a song. Okay. So, and what are some of the other key songs that kind of have that message? Now, I know you mentioned "The Conduit," and now, was "The Conduit" one of the first songs you wrote for this collection of new songs that were going to become the record? No, it was last.
It was the last song, okay.
Yeah.
Did you have an order in mind, or you were just kind of writing songs as they came to you, basically?
The order comes when that comes. That's like almost the last one. I don't care about the order as long as they come. You know what I mean? Sure, we don't care how we go as long as we come. Fuck. You know? So that's minor details, right, when it comes to the authenticity of the album.
Right. And where did you record the record?
Six Nations.
Six Nations.
Yeah,
okay.
Through the Red Door.
Through the Red. Okay.
Yeah,
great.
Gary Joseph, Brody Joseph, Shane. Those are my guys over there. Okay. They are always in for it. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey guys, what about this? They're like, let's do it. Like anything. Right. And so we've been working really hard the past few years to get it going, and the pandemic was a hard thing. So I kind of had to put things on hold for a bit. Other things were happening too. So I kind of dove into like more of an acting stream. And that's where Indians on the Airwave comes in.
Okay.
My friend January, she was doing this project that she wrote this like 10 comedy web series episodes of, this radio station.
Oh, okay. I think I was reading it. It's January Rogers who you're referring to.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she wrote these web series. And I just messaged her because I was like, oh, maybe she's like doesn't have enough people, you know, to fill the gaps, or maybe she can give me like a little side character or whatever.
Right.
Like I'll just offer, hey, if you don't have enough people, let me know.
Sure.
And she's like, no, you have to audition, and here's the part that you got to audition for, so be ready. Here's your audition. It's Saturday coming up. It's in Hamilton. Here's your lines. I'm like, okay. So I get on the internet, and I'm like, YouTube all what to do for an audition, because I don't know, right? Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, oh my God, what am I getting into? And now I'm like trying out for this part, and I don't even know what part it is, and all these things that right.
And you have no like previous formal training in acting?
No.
Even high school, did you take drama or?
No, I was in a jazz band.
In a jazz band, okay.
Yeah, I played trumpet.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so I'm learning through YouTube and trying to manage, what to do.
Right.
So I just pretty much went there and I just read my lines. I tried not to put too much like extra effort into it.
Right.
Just kind of like played it kind of cool, blah blah blah. So they're like, all right, yell those lines. I was like, okay. So like just
Right.
And then I got it, and then I found out that it's the main role.
Oh, wow. So you're the lead.
Yeah. So I'm in all the episodes, and I hope you check it out.
Okay, and they're available online currently?
Yeah, you can you can view that stuff
okay,
for free.
We'll post the URL. We'll get that from you later.
Yeah, okay.
And there's 10 episodes.
Yeah, Indians on the Airwaves.
Right. And you're
I have something.
And you're still continuing the acting sort of. There you go.
A nice air freshener.
Oh, excellent. Awesome.
For the gentlemen.
Perfect.
Indians on the Airwave. Check it out.
All right. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so if you like to laugh, if you know Indian jokes, that's a good one to check out.
Forest Rain.
Yeah, real native.
I know.
Yeah, so hopefully it gets a season 2, because that'll be fun. I had a really good time doing that, and check it. I hope that people check it out. I got a lot of feedback, and
is that leading to more acting gigs and auditions and other sort of opportunities?
Yeah.
That you can talk about? I mean, I don't want to spread any or wreck any secrets or surprises if you're going to announce something.
There's secrets, but there's some that I can mention.
Okay.
So TJ Cuthand has done some films.
Okay.
So I did this one called 1970, I think. I have to double check that. I haven't looked at my CV for a while. There's lots of things going on.
Right.
But that's out, and I did some filming with them. Sorry.
Right, great.
And just kind of getting around like little things here and there, plus like the singing. Right. I've been really busy. I've been going since April.
Right, because you've been traveling the country. You were also in Callaway this past, was it June, for the Alienate Arts Festival, is that correct?
Yeah, July 1st they have their celebration, so all the sun. Yeah, there's like no moon.
Oh, I know. And how was that? How was that experience?
You know what? I came back into Ottawa, and the moon was up, and it was like a long lost friend I haven't seen in a long time. Right. I was like, oh my God, there you are. Yeah. Like, just remembering that moment brings tears to my eyes. But that's this whole album, right? So going without the moon was quite the experience.
Right.
And my connection with the moon really comes into this scenario of a CD. So I don't know whether you've heard it or not, but it starts out, you know, with the nighttime noises. Mm-hmm. So it's creating this space for you right as soon as you listen to it. And so, yeah, it's just like, it all is intertwined.
Right.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm really pumped about it.
And then you also play with our opening for Sarah Harmer as well.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. I had to tell you this. This is such a manifestation of, like, this is I'm a perfect example of how to manifest. I'm telling you. Okay, so when I was younger, Sarah Harmer would get through with me. Like, her music helped me through so many breakups. And just like her as a person, she's like just for the earth. She's always standing up for like good things. Right. Like, so my partner at the time, she was hired to do waste management at Hillside, which, if you don't know, Hillside is one of the greenest concerts.
Is it really?
Festivals.
Oh, okay.
Ever.
I had no idea. We played there years ago.
Yeah.
But I didn't take note.
Yeah.
But that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we were the waste management team, me and my partner at the time. Yeah. And I was not like singing full time like how I am now. So being there, I got to meet a bunch of artists because we were backstage and we were like making sure everything was like good to go. And then it was this like, she plays there a lot. She didn't play that year, but I met a lot of people. And so we did that year. My partner then passed on, so I didn't go back because that was like a thing, right?
Sure.
Like, I can't go back, you know, my heart, you know. But my friend was like, hey, I have tickets. Come on, let's go. And I'm like, oh, I love Hillside. And our friend Daniel was playing. And his band's from California. Oh, okay. So they were really jamming out there, like a 7-piece band, and just really amazing. And then Sarah, so he was there. He's like, oh yeah, come to the back stage, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay. So me and Gunnar went back there. That's who I was with, and we were hanging out with Daniel. And then Sarah Harmer, they called her up, and I was like, what the heck? She's here. So I got to watch her whole set backstage. Oh, wow. Right there. And I had already put out that I always wanted to meet her. So I was like stoked that it blew my mind that I was even watching her set in the back, watching her in the backstage like crazy. Anyways, I watched right until she was done her set and she walked off, and I just so happened to have a CD, and I give it to her, and that's 528 volume 2. So fast forward 5 years later, she messages me and is like, hey, I want you to open up for me for this concert. And it's at the Jackson Triggs Amphitheater in Niagara Falls at the winery. Wow. and I was like, wow, I totally put this out there. Like, I even have Facebook posts of it, like me putting it out there. Right. Like, and that is such an amazing thing, because I always dreamt of that. So it was a dream come true being able to open up for her. That's great. And we had a great time, and it was such a beautiful night, and I fucking nailed it, man. That's awesome. I killed the set, man. That's great. I killed the set so much, and that's why I'm here in Toronto right now, because I'm heading over to another audition for Shaw Festival. Right. So you never know who's watching in the audience. That's true. You never know who knows who. You never know who you're talking to. That's true. You know, so it's always good to be, you know, have a good heart and good mind and be open to sharing. Right. Always put your best foot forward as well. Right. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Right. So you're very busy still, continuously. Yeah, heck yeah. Right. I'm really looking forward to the future too. 2023 is awesome. I'm doing some work with the National Arts Center.
Oh, great.
For stage management apprenticeship program that they have there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to be doing that with one of their productions in Theatre Calgary.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then
do you know the production, or can you say, or is it a secret?
It's secret.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But I'll be in Calgary.
Okay.
Like January to mid-February.
Oh. Is that a good time to be in Calgary? January to
Well,
mid-February?
right after that, I think I'm packing my summer clothes and heading to
Vegas,
Sydney.
Or Sydney. Oh, Sydney, right.
It's their World Pride, and there's some talk about heading over there to have some fun.
That's right, because you've been over there before. So
Yeah.
you're familiar with Australia and Sydney and
Yes.
the festival as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
You know what? Kapakoa has been having these meetings, and all through COVID. And it's with the Australians and the New Zealand artsy individuals over there.
Sure, okay.
And organizations and presenters and artists. And they're all Indigenous too. So it's like we come together every month and we had these discussions about what Indigenous theater looks like, Indigenous entertainment looks like, how we can influence that, and how we can stay connected internationally, how we can support each other that way. So, and that's been all going through like COVID time. So it's going to be really amazing when we're able to see each other in person and to really share a hug there, because these conversations have been heavy, they've been light, they've been all of the things, you know what I mean? And on top of that, we all just have this like-mindedness and love for the arts. Right. So, and as in an Indigenous perspective. Right. So these conversations have been going on, and they've been like really helpful and really engaging in a way of building momentum for the future in Indigenous entertainment. Okay. Yeah. Right. So we're trying to keep that, build those relationships, build the rapport, so that we know we know where to go. We know how to get that support and be supported and be ready to support. Right. So it's like it's just a relationship, like all relationships. So we're just building that to be like really strong, so that you know, if anything happens, we can figure out a really good solution, or we can make it better in a way of, you know, equity, or treating our people good, following protocol, any kind of ceremonial things and protocol that obtains to that. You know what I mean? So just being a safe space for Indigenous artists. So,
and are there any like international initiatives to kind of get all the Indigenous cultures like somehow together in order to promote arts or whatever sort of projects that they're working on? Yeah. Even like say from South America and from Australia and other parts of the world. It'd be interesting to I don't know if there are any. If there are any, give us a shout on the podcast show. We'd love to talk to you.
Yeah, link.
But
Send
that's
the
great.
links.
No, that's for sure. To build these sort of alliances and relationships internationally. Yeah. Because we are entering that sort of global international world. Where definitely your music's going to be out there for sure on the international level. I mean, it already is, right, with airplay on Sirius and other things that you've been involved in.
Yeah, you know what? Licensing, syncing, man. You had to think of different ways during the COVID times to make some income.
Exactly, especially when there was no shows. You had to make money somehow. I started an OnlyFans site.
Did you?
I only made it like $5 a month, but
you made some jokes.
Yes, well. That's another show.
That's a whole different other conversation.
But speaking of shows and showcases, you have an FMO showcase coming up.
I do.
And that's coming up next month. In actually a few weeks.
Yeah, a few weeks, yeah.
Excellent. And maybe tell us about that.
So Folk Music Ontario is like, I guess it's a national thing right now. So I guess people from all over Canada come in.
All over Canada, and I see even other parts. Some people from the U.S. and even other parts of the world. Some people.
Oh, so is it like? Can I consider it international?
You could. Let's just call it that now.
Okay. So they have this showcase opportunity and this weekend of a conference where you can go and meet people and have one-on-one meetings and network your music or whatever you're doing. And I got a showcase from Folk Music Ontario. So they are the host. It's in London. And yeah, I'm grateful that I got a spot.
That's great. And are you playing it with a band, or is it just yourself? Or,
I'm just going solo, man.
Just going solo, okay.
I'm doing it solo.
Great.
Yeah. If if places want to pay for a band, then that's cool.
Absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to the next show in Toronto at the Amacombo, October 22nd. That will be with a full band.
Okay. And that's part of an event?
Yeah. Beyond Our Roots, I believe it's called.
Okay.
And it's during Imaginative Week.
During Imaginative. Okay. We will make note of that.
That's right. Amacombo. And that's one hell of a legendary spot.
We've been there, not frequently, but semi-regularly. We were watching, what was the name of the show? Unplugged North, I believe it's called. Right. What you should do. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, another conversation to be had.
That's another conversation.
Okay.
That's right. But yeah, the Amacombo, that's a beautiful, beautiful venue.
Yeah, last time I played there, I was singing backup for a band called The Breeze.
Oh, The Breeze.
Yeah,
they
were real buck and dole band.
Right.
They still are, but now they're called The Healers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they're still giving her on the res every weekend, playing all the buck and doles.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. You'll be at FML. We're going to be at FMO as well.
Yes.
So we'll see you there.
Showcasing.
And you'll come to our party as well.
Yeah, are you
to our annual
showcasing?
Party. Yes, we are doing can we say that yet? Anyways,
can you say that?
Whenever the show announces, we're doing we're doing a special showcase.
Oh, is that another conversation?
Well, we'll announce it when they announce it. I don't know when we're allowed to announce things, but
there's lots of going on. It's not a good interview if they're like, oh yeah, there's lots going on, but we can't talk about it.
We can't tell you because we signed a non-disclosure agreement.
I just crossed that out.
That's right, yeah. By the time this goes to air, they'll have already made the announcement.
It'll all
so,
be over.
We're doing a showcase on Saturday, whatever the date that is, at 11:20.
The 15th.
At the Richmond Tavern in downtown London.
Oh.
Yeah, and it'll be a full, Nadjuan extravaganza, yeah.
Sweet.
Where we'll, blow the roof off.
Sweet. Yeah. All right.
And then some.
All right.
So you better have your insurance, Richmond Tavern.
Yeah, it'll be good. I'll try to get there for sure.
Yeah. So it sounds like you have all this sort of cool stuff going, and then even for 2023, doing stuff, apprenticing in the National Arts Center, and then what's beyond? What's an impossible goal that you'd like to achieve? I don't even like to use the word impossible because anything's possible.
Well, on the side, I'm doing a couple things. I'm writing a book, and I'm hoping to get that published within the next couple of years. And also, there's this really cool project that I want to do for the community. And my motto is boosting the immunity in the community.
Oh, great.
Yeah, because of COVID,
that's right.
I've seen a lot of people struggling with health things, and we lost a few members to COVID. Right. I just really felt like I just asked myself, what is there that I can do to help in a good way? Right. And so I just bought my little building for my juice bar, my drive-through juice bar. Oh, yeah, great. So vegetables and fruits and... immunity boosters.
That's great.
Yeah.
And what's the name of the store going to be at the juice bar?
I was thinking Juicy Jugs.
Oh, Juicy Jugs. All right.
Just
I
kidding.
think there's a magazine called that.
I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm gonna. That's inappropriate, I think. But I've been thinking about it, and I'm sure the name will
catch on.
Yeah, it'll or something else will come up that's like
it'll come to you in a dream.
Yeah.
Or maybe like hold a focus group.
Yeah. There's another thing that I really want to do too, speaking of dreams, because this is the dream that I had. And I don't really dream often, but when I do, I really remember. And this particular dream, I remember seeing all these people, but their faces were like blurry, but I just remember like laughing really hard. Like just whatever they were saying, whatever we were doing, it was fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? And in this room, it was all colorful. So when I woke up, it was so like emotionally with me. Like I woke up crying out of overjoyment.
Oh, okay. Like
it was just like pure joy. So then I was like, what the heck was that kind of thing? You know what I mean? Like really thinking about it. And so I think I'm supposed to be doing these podcasts that I have people coming in, and these people are Six Nations members that are in the industry, in the music. And I'm supposed to get the history of Six Nations and music and entertainment.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the room was colorful because one of the questions was, would you like to play one of whatever instrument that is that you love? Can you play like your favorite song or your favorite whatever, right? So that we have this on like a living library.
Right.
And it would be hosted on the reserve through the Red Door because they're connected to the internet.
Okay.
It will be living on the res.
So it'll be like archived forever
on
in a digital
sovereign land.
Okay, all right.
In the data world. Yeah, man.
Excellent.
In the digital data
right.
world, man. And you can't find that place. And just recently we had Six Nations member Carson Williams. He passed, and he was like one of the individuals that I really wanted to sit down and talk to. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that. So it'll be like next generation, tell me the stories, you know, of your dad, or you know what I mean? Or your grandpa, you know, we don't have it.
Yeah.
So this is where I need to be when looking forward to all these other foundational things in Six Nations history, because you can't really find that anywhere.
No.
So that's what I'm kind of working on the side, those types of things in my community to make it, you know, accessible, healthy, safe.
Wow.
You know, so those are the things that I've been working on the side.
Wow, that's very busy. So and ambitious as well. So where do you find like all the time to do this? And then what do you do in your downtime? Because obviously you need time to recharge and relax.
I write music.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have.
You don't sleep. You don't rest. You just keep going.
You know what? I get up at 4.
At 4 in the morning.
Yes, at 4 in the morning, I get up and I just get to work, and like I don't have a loved one. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a lover to mess around with, so I might as well work. Might as well get to work. You know what I mean? Single aunties out there, you know. Okay.
Well, I don't know how many people are up at 4 in the morning waiting to mess around. I don't know.
Well, you got to fill that time.
That's right. That's right. Yes, depends on.
Well, I would be if I
okay, all right.
if I had someone, but unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how people look at that, I guess. I'm happy and I'm feeling good about things, and I'm like vibing really nicely, and things are coming into fruition, and affirmations are real, thoughts are real, heart mind cohesion is real, inner conversations really determine how we're gonna live on a daily basis. So it's like, what are we practicing in our inner selves? And just bringing it back to the album, and that's what this album is all about, is having those deeper conversations.
So what would your advice be to someone who wants to change their life? Like right now they maybe have the wrong roadmap and they're on the wrong path. So what would be some, you know, simple, or not everything's easy, I guess, when you're trying to change yourself. What would be, I guess, some steps to start with that you would suggest that you found helpful?
I think it's like awareness. So the one thing that really changed me in a way that I've listened to over and over and over again is called The Secret, and it's a movie. And you can just listen to it. I listened to that in my 20s for like That was I didn't listen to music. I listened to podcasts and interviews with doctors and just how they can break down behavior reactions in a scientific way that we can understand, breaking it down to a comprehension that I'm like, oh, that's why that person, that's projecting, or you know what I mean? Like, so it's identifying things and becoming aware of your own self things. So that would be the number one thing, is gaining awareness of yourself. And
self-awareness.
And a simple thing is like, what do you think the first thing that you wake up? Write it down. Is it negative, positive?
Right.
Straight up. That's a perfect example. When you open your eyes, what is it that is it like, oh, I have to go and do this, I have to go and do that, my God, I fucking woke up. I woke up. Are you kidding me?
I know. Sounds like conversations in this household sometimes.
Well, it starts there.
I know. Well, there you go.
And it starts with you, and it starts with your own self-talk.
Right.
And that's a serious conversation that a lot of people aren't ready to have.
That's right.
You know, and so we stay in that. So that's where the change is. That's where it all starts. So the change is within our own thoughts and what we're thinking. So, all right, you wake up, you're thinking of those things. Well, time yourself. How long are you going to be in that complaining mode?
Right.
How long are you? Oh, I'm not a morning person.
Right.
You know, well, what kind of person are you?
Right.
Tell me what kind of person you are. What kind of person are you going to be today? How are you going to affect the change in yourself? What do you want to do different? These are, well, when you say want, that identifies as you have a lack of. So when people, so that's a whole different mindset and a whole different conversation for sure. Because if you had the abundance and you had all those things, you wouldn't want for anything.
Right.
You wouldn't want anything because you would act as if you already have it. And I think that's why a lot of places, like a lot of people have trouble, because it's about the awareness of that key thing and staying on yourself and not just letting yourself willy-nilly up here with your thoughts, because they tend to go to negative. I call it the highway of hate. So if you're constantly thinking on the highway of hate, you're ingraining those neurological patterns actually in your brain. So when you're able to break those patterns down, you put your moccasins on and you don't take that way, and you actually have to beat another path down to change that pathway, because you're so used to getting on the highway of hate. It's easy. It's convenient, isn't?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So these are deeper conversations, and no one can change unless they want to. No matter how much you threaten, no matter how much you get mad, no matter how nice you are, no matter how much time goes by, it doesn't matter. It's the ultimate choice of that person. So if they're not having those deeper conversations, they're not wanting to change. Change isn't on their mind. Change isn't something that they think about. They're thinking about whatever they're thinking about. Can't wait to get on that video game. Can't wait to do this. Can't wait to do these other, or I have to do this, or I have to do that. Have to go to work. I have to, you know.
Everything's a burden rather than enjoying the experience of even sometimes doing something that is hard work or, you know, unpleasurable sometimes. And like it comes down to also like it comes out in anger in other people, or jealousy, gossip, you know, things like that. When I was younger, you know, even now, just lateral violence in the community, you know, things like that. I believe jealousy is a good reminder for us to really consider a deeper conversation of, okay, well, I feel this jealousy towards this person. Why is that there? Because they're cool. But I feel this sense of envy. So where does that come from? And I've examined it
in myself with other people. And I've asked the questions, and this is the answer that I've come up with for myself, is that there is something in my bundle that is a connector piece with them. It's something that I'm neglecting in myself. And so when I see somebody else, you know, when I have that feeling of jealousy or envy, because I'm a human, I have to then, okay, I'm okay with feeling those things, but how long am I going to, and how am I going to act? You know what I mean? Thinking, feeling, and doing are all the same. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
right.
So this is the inner conversation that we need to start having.
Right.
You know, like, okay, all right, you want to feel like that, but you only have so much time to feel like that, and then we're gonna break it down to why.
Right.
And then we're gonna figure out where that comes from, and if there's something that's lacking you, and that's what jealousy is tied to, is the lack in what you're doing. You're ignoring something within your bundle that you see in that person, and that's why humans are so cool, because we connect in so many different levels.
Right.
And that could be a potential positive connecting piece for you and that person. But because you're neglecting it, and you know you are, it comes out as an emotion of jealousy or envy.
Right, okay.
So just breaking these things down is like really interesting, because like I said, they're deeper conversations within ourselves. So then you use jealousy in your benefit. You use it because it's a reminder in our ego. It's an ego reminder. So that's a reminder. If I feel like that, it's okay to feel like that. It's okay. But how long are you going to feel like that? And how are you going to react to it? Okay, I'm going to feel like this. I'm not going to react in a way that's like rank. You know what I mean? Because that's just not, I've managed that part. I don't have to do that.
Right.
It's about, all right, this is where it's coming from. Well, what is it within me that I need to do to change? What is it that I need to do to enhance or pay attention to? Is it something that person that I can do too? And I'm neglecting that part in my bundle. So let's shine some light on there. And then when you do that, you're healing and you're tending to your bundle. So then you don't have that envy or jealousy anymore, because you're actually cultivating your own things inside of you, your own skills, your own desire, your own dreams, your own talent. So then you're healing, because you're in a different space. Because when we're in a lack or survival mode, we create hormonal stress hormones.
That's right.
And then when you're stressed out and you're creating these hormones, you start creating disease. So it's like, well, what the heck? Well, let's start from the root here, and let's not go to where we have disease. Let's prevent that and try to find out these things, because like, I don't want that. I don't want that jealousy. I don't want to talk bad about people. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, those types of things are all connected and they vibrate. So then it comes down to the vibration and what you carry. Right.
And hence your record. It's like we've come full circle back to your new record.
Yes. So that's why this is why I'm super excited for life. Is because like all these things are just an experience that we're holding on to or letting go. Or, you know, we're always doing something.
We're always doing something.
You know what I mean? So let's do something useful.
Absolutely.
Let's get away from the highway of hate. Let's question the things that are in my bundle. What can I do to like, who are you? Who do you want to be in this world? Because you can be anybody, and it's a perception. Right? So it's about how we perceive things. So that's why I like the science behind it, because it like breaks it down, and you can like really, if you got hooked up to a machine, it could see your brain scans and how you're moving into different kind of, you know, beta waves and all this other shit, you know, like I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, but you know, I don't know.
All those things,
you know, the CG scans, you know.
That's right.
You know, I'm not a doctor in this, but to me, I think it's absolutely profound, and it really makes sense to me neuroscience and how it relates to our souls and our spirits, and how our heart and mind comprehend each other. Yeah.
Sometimes they're at odds.
Well, then you got the ego. You got your ego, our ego, like humanity's ego,
Well,
and that's such
one
a
of our biggest
fucking thing,
problems as a
right?
species, yeah.
But this is the thing. We can learn how to develop a cohesion with the heart and the mind, and that's why I told you about jealousy. Yeah, that's an ego thing. Jealousy. Why are you jealous? You don't have to be jealous. You have everything that you ever want, need, whatever, right here, right? So why is it that that's there? Because we have an ego, and that ego can work for us as a reminder. Okay, I have to go within if I'm feeling these types of things. I have to do the work. I have to do the shadow work to get down there. People don't even talk like this.
No, they don't.
People are probably like, what the hell is she talking about?
So
I have no
person?
friggin' clue, man. Like, I have no clue. Hey man, vibrations are
Absolutely.
a real thing. That's why I love music, and that's so if you got lost in the translation right there, or the science or whatever, you can Google that stuff. You got work to do.
That's right.
You know, you got some things to learn, because these things have really helped me learn, and actually really tried to focus more on vibing differently. And I think that's why I'm able to be so busy, so here, there, and everywhere, and meeting awesome people, getting to see old friends, you know, living a really good life, laughing lots and treating people good. That's where I love to be. And I got there with doing this type of work.
Right.
And I continue to do the work, because there's always so much learning that we need to do. And for me, I feel like I'm always learning. Like, I'm riding here, there, I travel, you know, a lot. And in my car, we're either listening to vibrations, different kind of vibrations. What do you want to hear? Which chakra you want to heal today? You know, let's put that vibe on, you know, or podcasts, educational podcasts,
Right.
Neuroscience,
Right.
The relationship between mind, body, and soul really get me off, man.
Yeah.
So when I'm up in the morning, you know, I pop these things on. Actually, in the nighttime, I've been finding that because our ego is in a different light, you can
In the evening,
like at night when you're sleeping, like
my ego's hopefully asleep when I'm sleeping.
And that's why I listen to these vibes all night, because the ego is not even there anymore. It's a subconscious vibe. So you're able to heal at a different rate, because you don't have to think. Your ego is elsewhere. It's a subconscious kind of subliminal kind of vibration.
And you can also do that with psychedelic drugs.
You can.
It's not for everyone. Psychedelic. Consult with your family physician or
I love
therapist
shrooms.
first, or a friend.
I love, actually, you know what? Fungus is one of the things that has been here from the beginning of time.
That's what I've been telling everybody.
Yeah, and it has so much beneficial aspects to the plant and how it heals.
That's right.
And they were saying there's this really cool Netflix series called Fantastic Fungi.
Okay.
And it's so good. It'll change your life.
We'll check, because we just watched another Netflix series about psychedelics.
Is it that
Michael
one?
Pollan, How to Change Your Mind.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's based on the book, which I've read. It's somewhere around here. But it's it talks about psychedelics and how they are used for therapeutic use, really, in the beginning, and then some people freaked out, and that's when the government decided to make them Schedule 1. But it looks like that's turning around. The laws are changing, especially here in Canada. There's a movement to use psilocybin, especially in people that have, say, terminal cancer or other end-of-life sort of situations.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we are so stupid as humans sometimes.
We are. Oh, totally. We're
when it comes to the pharmaceutical land, I can't even go. That's a whole different conversation. I'm not. I love the nature. Yes. I love natural medicines. maybe because I'm Native, I don't know. You could tie it to that I'm Native, but I love natural remedies. Right. I love, and this is why it's so important to really consider our thoughts, because our thoughts and the nature are one. Like, we have a connection here, and that's why they work so good, is because the relationship is there. So this is why I think of the thoughts that we have, and I break them down, my thoughts anyways, so that I'm not a jerk in the world.
Sure, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to be a jerk. So, you know, the healing aspect, I was always told that when you heal like that, you heal other people.
Okay.
Too. Yeah.
Well, that's great. And we can also heal people through music.
Yeah, the vibes.
So we have like a couple minutes left, so maybe we'll end off with promoting like when the release date is of your record. The release date is what again, sorry?
October 9th.
October 9th. All right.
Is this going to be out before
no, this
then?
will be out probably the next 24 hours, the podcast show, right? Okay.
Ah, okay. Yeah, October 9th.
So October 9th.
Yeah.
And that'll be available on your
all
favorite
platforms.
Streaming platform or whatever you use.
Yeah, whatever you use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will there also be physical product?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm working on a merch line.
Fantastic.
I'm working on some merch. I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm doing it all.
Doing it all. Okay. And people can keep track of you on your website, which is LaceyHill.com.
Yeah, and the social. Yeah, you can Google my name, and I will come up on all the social medias. And I would say my Instagram's the pretty up to date one.
Up to date. Okay.
Yeah, it's got a lot of bookings up until October. So I'm looking at booking in November, December, and then I'm out of here.
Okay. And then that's right, you're gone to Calgary.
Yeah.
And then off to Sydney.
Maybe.
Keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
We really appreciate it. And we're going to catch up with you again in the future as well. And we'll see you at FMO.
Yes,
all right.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very
so
much. And thank you for watching.
Thank you.